What is up, YouTube? Riley White here, back with another MLB The Show 19 video for you guys. And in today's video, we are only, I guess, by the time this is uploaded, we are 1 day away from roster update. Once again, the last one was 2 weeks ago. I uploaded a video on that. I'm not quite sure what ones I did get correct. I know I got Blake Snell correct. He did go diamond, and I'm actually really happy for the Rays. The Rays are probably my second favorite team in the East, next to the Blue Jays. I like to see that they have a diamond player now. But in today's video, I'm going to be going over the roster update predictions for this week. So we're going to start it off with 5 diamond in the rough players. Those could be bronze to silver. They could be just players that are kind of low overall that are playing really, really well. We are also going to be doing 3 silver to gold players. Last time I only did 2. This time I'm going to be doing 3. I also want to hint that you guys can see kind of the MLB The Show screen. This is not highlights right now because unfortunately I did get a bunch of copyright strikes from having MLB highlights in my last time I did this roster update prediction. So no more of that, I guess. We are going to be doing 2 gold to diamond players. Now, last time I did 3. A little further into the season, I really feel there's only 2 that really deserve it now. And I'm also going to be doing 1 diamond to gold player. So 1 player that could drop down from diamond to gold. Someone that hasn't really started off the season too hot. So anyways, without further ado, let's get right into it. So our first diamond in the rough player actually goes to Baltimore Orioles left fielder. He can also play first, center, and right. It is Trey Mancini. Now he is currently a 74 overall, but listen to his stats so far this season. Through 110 at-bats, he has 39 hits, 6 home runs, a .355 batting average, 23 runs, 14 RBIs, and a .405 on-base percentage. He is currently, he's up there in the hits in the entire league. I think he's like 4th or 5th in the entire league. Baltimore, they don't really have anyone shining other than Trey Mancini. Trey Mancini has been a highlight reel for them so far. Not a lot of people talk about him. He's currently only a 74 overall. I really think that his numbers could go up versus both right and left. His fielding, I'm not really quite sure how many errors he has made so far this year, so maybe his fielding could go up. I'm not really quite sure. I think he has been playing left field most of the time, unless he has been DHing some, where he is in the American League. I do think, though, that his numbers versus both righties and lefties could definitely go up, as he is hitting really, really well versus both sides. .355 total batting average. I mean, Trey Mancini, I really think he could go silver. Our next player goes over to the New York Yankees, a team that I personally do not like. But anyways, this guy's got to get some credit. I mean, Luke Voit came over from I believe the Cardinals. I believe he was in a very small deal after the All-Star break last year. Came over to the New York Yankees and just completely mashed. And a lot of people thought, maybe it was just a little fluke. But no, he has started out this season really, really well. So far, through 109 at-bats, he has 30 hits, 8 home runs, a .275 batting average, which, I mean, that's maybe a little low for the start of the season, but it's still pretty good. 25 RBIs, an on-base percentage of .392, so he almost gets on base 40% of the time, an OPS of .915. I mean, this guy has started off the season really, really well. Full of a Yankees team that has just been full of injuries so far. I mean, Luke Voit has definitely been a highlight for them so far. I really think that his numbers versus both sides could go up. I'm not really quite sure. I know he has been DHing a little more than just first base, so his fielding I'm not really quite sure about his fielding. I never noticed that his arm accuracy was 89 compared to his other fielding attributes. I don't know why, but I feel like his numbers could definitely go up, contact and power versus both sides, as he has 8 home runs already. And he also has 30 hits throughout the season, which is near the top of the league. I mean, only a 74 overall. I really think Luke Voit could go silver this week. Our next diamond in the rough player goes to the starting pitcher, Marcus Stroman from the Toronto Blue Jays, currently on my favorite team. I really do enjoy Marcus Stroman. He's always been someone I have enjoyed watching. He's always kind of that type of excitement player. He definitely shows a lot of emotion throughout the mound. Throughout the entire game, throughout his career, he's always done that. But so far this season, he has done really, really well. Last year was kind of a down year. So far this season, In 6 starts, he has a 1.43 ERA. At recording time of this, he is leading the American League in ERA. He also has 37 innings pitched to 36 strikeouts, so I could definitely see his Ks per nine statistic definitely going up. I'm not really quite sure how many hits he's given up so far this year, but I'm sure his hits per nine could go up because I know one of his last starts against Oakland, I believe. No, I'm not really quite sure what team it was that he only gave up like 1 or 2 hits through 7 innings. He definitely pitched really, really well that game. I think that was his last start. I could see a lot of his statistics definitely going up. He did actually get an upgrade. He was a 72 2 weeks ago, and he went up to a 74. Marcus Stroman has definitely been a really, really big deal for the Toronto Blue Jays this year. Unfortunately, he was just placed on trade, rumor, the trade block and whatever. I mean, it makes sense for them to trade him when he's at the peak of his career right now. I mean, you might as well just trade him. You're not going to win with him, so I really feel like Marcus Stroman could definitely go silver this week, though. Our next diamond in the rough player goes to another player that was on my list last week, but I had to bring him up again because he is still pitching really, really good. He actually did get an upgrade last week. I'm not really quite sure what his overall was, but I'm pretty sure he did get an upgrade. 73 overall, starting pitcher for the Tampa Bay Rays, Tyler Glasnow. I mean, I said this last time, but the Pirates really have to be kicking themselves in the ass for trading Tyler Glasnow and Austin Meadows for an aging Chris Archer who he hasn't done anything for them. I don't know what the sense in doing that was. 2 young prospects just trading away. I did not realize that he is 6'8". But anyways, Tyler Glasnow so far this season, in 6 starts, he has a 5-0 record, so he is yet to lose this season. He has a 1.74 ERA, 36 innings pitched to 38 strikeouts, and a .94 WHIP. Man, this guy has definitely been a really, really big deal for the Tampa Bay Rays, who currently have the best record in the American League and currently have the best starting pitcher ERA and the best team ERA across the entire league. The Tampa Bay Rays have definitely been really, really good so far. You never know. They could definitely take down the AL East crown. They could definitely take that away from the Boston Red Sox, who have been struggling so far. But Tyler Glasnow, I definitely think that his stamina could go up as he's pitched quite far into games so far this year. His hits per nine could definitely go up. I'm not really quite sure how many walks he has because it does not show that here on Baseball Reference. I'm not really quite sure why. But his hits per nine could definitely go up. His Ks per nine, I'm pretty sure that might stay around where it is. His control, his home runs per nine, and his walks per nine definitely could go up. I could definitely see Tyler Glasnow going silver, as I really think he does deserve it. Our final diamond in the rough player, we are going over to Kansas City, who is currently the worst record in the American League. They definitely are not a good team. They're a young team. They're definitely rebuilding, as you can tell. Some of these guys are pretty young, and they're showing. I mean, Hunter Dozier is our final diamond in the rough player. He is 27 years old, so he might be just getting into his prime. But so far this season, he has definitely shown that he is MLB worthy. He has definitely shown that he has started off the season really, really hot. Currently his stats through 86 at-bats, he has 30 hits, 7 home runs, a 349 batting average, 17 RBIs, and a 447 on-base percentage, one of the top in the entire league, a 1.133 OPS, and a 686 slugging. So far, Hunter Dozier, I mean, the Kansas City Royals have not been good since their run at the World Series, and they made it there, and they won it in 2015. The Royals have been kind of a laughingstock of the entire MLB. I'm not even quite sure how they made it to the World Series that year. Looking back on the roster, Salvador Perez went down earlier this year with an injury, and he is out for the entire year. Hunter Dozier, though, playing a little bit of third base, I believe. The Blue Jays haven't faced the Royals yet, so I'm not quite sure what he has been playing. The only way I can ever see any games that aren't the Blue Jays, usually sometimes there are different games on, but I have yet to see a Royals game on TV. So the only time I see Royals highlights are on Instagram and Twitter, and I mean, there's not really many Royals highlights other than Hunter Dozier. He has definitely hit really good so far this year. I think that he could go silver. That is 7 overalls. I mean, that could take... that would have to be a lot, but I really think that his contact and his power could go up. I'm not quite sure how well he has fielding, but I'm pretty sure that could probably go up as well. I mean, I don't know why they don't. I don't think they change the vision throughout the year. But Hunter Dozier, I mean, if he has so far hit 30 hits and 86 at bats, I mean, I really think his vision should go up. I'm not really quite sure how many strikeouts he has, but I mean, Hunter Dozier, he's definitely hit really good so far. I think he could go up to a silver, maybe not, but I don't know. His stats are pretty low, so his card could go up quite a bit after just a few statistics, but I'm not really quite sure. Anyways, Hunter Dozier definitely could go up, though. For our first silver to gold player that I do predict to go up to a gold, he was actually a gold last year, and this is shortstop Jean Segura from the Philadelphia Phillies. Ever since joining his new team, he was on the Mariners last year, he was on the Diamondbacks, I believe, a while ago, and I think the Brewers at one point in his career. Anyways, Jean Segura has definitely been really good for the Phillies this year. Currently, a little bit of a worse record than I would assume from the Phillies. They're a really good team. Their offense is one of the best in baseball. Not every player has got it going yet, but Jean Segura definitely has. So far, through 76 at-bats, he has 25 hits, 1 home run, a 329 batting average to 11 RBIs. He has 1 stolen base, which is a little low. I know Jean Segura's stat in the game is only 62 speed, but he is known for stealing bases quite a bit. He has a 386 on base percentage, a 487 slug, and an 872 OPS. So far, Jean Segura has definitely been a really good player for the Philadelphia Phillies. He's only 1 tick away from making a gold player. So far, his card is actually really, really good. I mean, 90, 88 contact. I'm not quite sure. I'm assuming that could definitely is what would need to go up. I mean, he's only got 1 home run so far, so his power stats probably won't go up. I mean, his vision's 85, that's pretty good. His fielding, I'm not really quite sure how well he has done in the field, as I don't really watch many Phillies games. I wish I could, I really do, but his contact probably could go up to maybe like a 96 and like a 93 or something. Then I think he would definitely be a gold card. As you guys can see, he is playing up today to an 81, and he has plus 10 versus lefties. So that is up. That is just 2 overall. So if he could get like say plus 5 contact versus both ways, he could definitely go gold, and I really think he deserves it. Our next silver to gold player, we are going over to the American League. Houston Astros left fielder Michael Brantley. He just got traded from the Indians, or no, I believe he actually signed to the Astros in the offseason. Kind of a competitor to the Indians in the American League. Both have made the postseason for the past quite a few years, past like 3 years or so. Both teams have made the postseason. I mean, Michael Brantley has definitely lit it up this year. At first I thought, this won't be that big of a deal. I mean, he's 31. He is aging. He's had injuries the past couple of years. He might not be the star that we once seen in Cleveland when he was a little younger, but this year he has definitely been a really good player. So far through 118 at-bats, he has 39 hits, which is top of the league, or right around the top of the league. It might not be the very top for the American League, that is, but he has 5 home runs, a 331 batting average, 18 RBIs, a 380 on base percentage, a 517 slugging, and an 897 OPS. I think what could go up so far is his power stats. I mean, his contact versus lefties could probably go up as well. Not really quite sure how well he's doing in the field, but those fielding stats might go up as well. I'm not really quite sure. I'm not even sure. Maybe he's been DHing some for them, where he did get that injury last year. He was out for quite a long time. His power stats is what I really think could go up. 53-43. So far, he has 5 home runs. I mean, that's not something to shout about or anything, but 5 home runs for someone that has that low of a power stat in versus both sides definitely is a big deal. I really think his power stats could go up. He's only 2 ticks away from a gold. He was a gold before. I really think he deserves to go back to that stat. Our final silver to gold player, we are going over back to the National League. St. Louis shortstop Paul DeYoung. Now this guy has been one of my favorite players since he's came up to the major leagues. Just about 2 years ago, I believe, was his rookie season. He had a really, really good 2017 season. 2018 wasn't as good, but this year so far he has been on a tear. Through 117 at-bats, he has 40 hits, 5 home runs, 342 batting average, 13 RBIs, a 403 on base, .607 slugging, and a 1.010 OPS. So far this year, Paul DeYoung has been one of the best shortstops in the entire league. Some of the best shortstops throughout the past couple of years haven't been on to the best start so far. I mean, Lindor was hurt to start the season. Carlos Correa hasn't really made any spark or anything. Trevor Story's batting average is a little low for what he usually has. I mean, Paul DeYoung has definitely been one of the best players in the entire league, let alone just shortstops. He is 2 overalls away from being a gold. I really think he could go to a gold. I mean, his contact versus both sides, and maybe even his power versus both sides, could go up. Actually, I take that back. I really think what could go up is definitely his contact. He has 40 hits throughout the season so far, which is one of the top in the National League, and I think the best out of any shortstop. I mean, his contact stats versus both sides could definitely go up, and I mean, he's only 2 ticks away from the gold. I really think he does deserve it so far. Moving on to the gold to diamond, we have 2 players, and the first of those 2, we are going to the Cleveland Indians starting pitcher, Trevor Bauer. So far this guy this year, last year he had an amazing season. A lot of people thought that he should have been in running for the American League Cy Young, but he wasn't. He wasn't even, I don't even think he was top 3. A lot of people thought he should have even got it over Blake Snell. I personally didn't, but so far this year he is on case for another really, really good season. So far this year, through 7 games started, he has a 4-1 record, a 2.45 ERA. Through 47 innings pitched, he has 55 strikeouts and a 1.04 WHIP. He just had a really good start against the Houston Astros here a little while ago, just a couple days ago actually. The only thing that I know that he might not go up to a diamond is that so far his walks this year, I don't have the stat in front of me, but I know he has walked quite a few people compared to a lot of other people. I mean, his walks per 9 is 61, his control is 68. I'm not really quite sure. I don't think that could move. His hits per 9, his Ks per 9 definitely could go up, as he has a lot of Ks so far this year. 55 strikeouts, I believe that is one of the top in the American League. His velocity, I'm not really quite sure what his pitches clock in as, but I'm not really quite sure. His hits per 9, his Ks per 9 definitely should go up. His home runs per 9, I think he's only let up a couple home runs so far. So his home runs per 9 definitely could go up as well. His stamina could go up because, I mean, he has pitched pretty deep into games so far. He so far has 47 innings pitched through 7 games. I mean, he has 4 wins. I mean, 47 innings pitched, if you tally that up, that's quite a few innings. His stamina could go up, his Ks, his hits per 9, his home runs per 9, his walks and control could probably stay around the same. But Trevor Bauer, I really feel, if it's not this week, then it's in the next couple of weeks. He will definitely go diamond sometime this year. I predict it could be tomorrow, but I'm not really quite sure. And our second of 2 gold to diamond players, I'm pretty sure this guy has to be on everybody's list. It is 84 overall, Cody Bellinger. He was an 82, I believe, last time, and he went up 2 overalls. A lot of people thought, the only reason he didn't go diamond is it is early in the season. He might slow down. But no, this guy has not slowed down one bit. He's currently leading the league in home runs with 14. He has a .431 batting average through the first month. That is crazy. He broke the record for most RBIs in the month of April to start a season with 37 RBIs so far. He has a .508 on base percentage, an .890 slugging. I mean, .508 on base percentage. I didn't even realize it was that high. I'm pretty sure he's leading the league in on base percentage. 47 hits through 109 at bats, a 1.397 OPS to an .890 slugging. I mean, this guy has been tearing it up. Every time I turn on Instagram or Twitter, I see some type of highlight from Cody Bellinger, whether it was him throwing, I forget who it was. He threw someone out. Someone from the Giants, I forget who it was. He threw him out from right field at third base. He's hitting home runs left, right, and center. I mean, every time you turn on Instagram, it is some type of home run from Cody Bellinger, some type of highlight. The Dodgers have been off to a hot start, one of the best teams in the entire league, and a lot of credit has to go to Cody Bellinger. He could definitely go diamond this week. For our one and only diamond to gold player, unfortunately, last time I predicted that Aaron Nola could go down. It was Andrelton Simmons. I never even thought about Andrelton Simmons. I probably could have predicted him because I know he hasn't been off to the hottest start. His contact, I think, definitely went down. So he did go from diamond to gold, as he should have anyways. I don't think he should have ever been a diamond. But this guy right here is off to a pretty poor start. Former MVP, former National League MVP. The past couple of years haven't been that great for him. Last year he was injury prone. He got injured quite a bit. And so far this year he's just not off to the hottest start. I mean, through 100 at-bats exactly, he has only 23 hits, 3 home runs. He's batting only .230. 13 RBIs, a .355 on-base percentage, which is pretty decent, pretty good so far, a .420 slugging, a .775 OPS. I mean, he's definitely, I mean, if you look at his statistics, he has 77, 96 contact, 73 and 89 power. If he's only an 85. If something just goes down a couple notches, he could definitely go gold. And I would hate to see that because Kris Bryant has been one of my favorite players. He is my favorite Chicago Cub. As I am a Blue Jays fan, I shouldn't even be talking about a different team. But the Cubs, I don't mind the Cubs. And Kris Bryant has been one of my favorite players ever since he came into the league. Unfortunately, he could go down to a gold if you just look at the statistics. I hope he doesn't, but he is who I predict to go down. Anyways, guys, hopefully you all enjoyed this video. That's going to be it for me. Comment down below if you guys predict some other players to go up, if you predict some other players to go down as well. I think it's going to be a big update this Friday. A lot of stuff are coming in. There's going to be a new event. There's going to be new BR rewards, I believe. There's going to be new moments. The Tops Now cards are coming out. Player of the Month cards are coming out. A big update and a lot to grind for in the weekend. I'm definitely stoked and looking forward to it, but the roster update is a big thing that's coming out as well, and that's why I decided to go with my predictions. So anyways, guys, that's going to be it for me. Hopefully you all enjoyed, and without further ado, we will see you guys in the next one.
Yes, let's go. Take off.